Made mistakes I had to learn from. Built some bridges, had to burn some. Warning to those who sleep and go wake up and smell the coffee. Next time it's gonna be a stern one. Whoa.
Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Hawks Talk with myself, Jared Shamil. Now before we get started, make sure you subscribe to Atlanta Sports Unlimited and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Do the Atlanta Hawks have a late season push that can carry them all the way into the playoffs and perhaps make another playoff run? Shockingly, I think the answer is yes. I'll explain. But before I do that, I need to tell you about our sponsor today, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is by far the best sports betting app on the market. It's my go-to sports betting app. I use it daily. Now here's the best part. For first-time depositors, if you use the code ASU, they will match your first deposit up to $100, 100%. So if you deposit $100, PrizePicks will give you free $100 to bet with. What's better than that? It's free money. Now back to the video. The Hawks' Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021 was magical, but they have not been able to replicate that since. They haven't even come close to replicating that. But I believe the team this year may have a chance to spark that magic once again. Atlanta may be able to turn this finger injury for Trey that's keeping him sidelined for a month. They may be able to turn this into something positive, mainly with DeJounte Murray. Since Trey's went down, DeJounte has found his confidence again. Watching the games, he looks like a leader on the floor again. He's not shying away from the big moments. He's getting his team involved. He's playing solid defense once again. So whenever Trae Young does come back, DeJounte needs to remember this time and continue to play like this, continue to be aggressive. In the first half of the season when Trae was on the floor, too many times DeJounte would look slow out there. He would look like he doesn't want to play. He doesn't look engaged at all. That has completely changed since Trae's went down because he knows that he has to step up. He knows that he's the best player on the team right now. But if he can keep this mentality when Trae comes back, this duo may be able to work. I know I've been a little bit critical on the Hawks head coach Quinn Snyder as of late, but I want to give him props for this. He has found a way to make DeAndre Hunter work. Quinn's decision to have DeAndre come off the bench is one of the best decisions he's made as Hawks head coach. Since coming off the bench, Dre is averaging 16 points and almost 4 rebounds a game. That's not even the best part. His true shooting percentage is 70%. That's like Giannis level of shooting percentage. This is the leap that Hawks fans have been waiting to see from DeAndre since his rookie season. He had a solid rookie year, but he just never really progressed like everyone thought he would. Year after year, he's just the same player. He's been the same player since his rookie season. Everyone, Hawks Twitter loves to call him Baby Kawhi. And maybe Quinn's able to pull that out of him, putting him on the bench. He's able to really run that bench unit himself. That bench unit runs through DeAndre Hunter. And maybe that's the key. Whenever Trae Young does return, that'll push Bogdanović back to the bench. And that could be huge down the stretch and into the postseason. Having the firepower of Bogey and this DeAndre Hunter on the bench, that can be huge. Trae can take a rest, have Bogey and Dre come in, and the offense still put up numbers. When healthy, the Atlanta Hawks have one of the deepest benches in the entire league. I mean, you have Bogdanović, who's a candidate for Sixth Man of the Year. You have this DeAndre Hunter playing out of his mind as of late. You have Onyeka Okongwu, arguably the best backup center in the league. And then you have the Hawks rookie, Kobe Buffkin, who has been an elite defender backing up Trae lately. The Hawks have been sitting at the 10th seed for the majority of the season. But since Embiid's been out, Philadelphia has been falling down the standings. Indiana, since the All-Star break, has been falling down the standings. So hopefully the Hawks can jump them into the 7th or 8th seed. So in the play-in tournament, they only have to win 1 game instead of 2. But even if they are the 9 or 10 seed and they have to win 2 games, I'm still fairly confident. Because since the play-in tournament has been a thing, the Hawks have been in that tournament every single year. And they're undefeated. They're 3-0. The Hawks are the best in-season tournament team of all time. It's kind of funny saying that, but it's the truth. As long as the Hawks have Trae Young on their team, they are always capable of making some noise in the playoffs. Even with that horrible series he had against Miami, where they were triple teaming him full court and he had absolutely no help, he is still averaging 26.5 points and 9 assists a game in the playoffs for his career, for his young career. That's pretty good. He already has 2 game winners at the buzzer in the playoffs. One of them was in that Miami series when he was struggling and he still hit the game winner against them. You can say whatever you want about Trae. I don't understand where the hate comes from, but he steps up when it matters most. Another reason I believe the Hawks can make a playoff run is also one of the gripes I've had about this team for quite some time. Atlanta has always played either up or down to their opponents. If they're playing against a really great team, they'll look great on the floor, but if they're playing against a really bad team, they will look horrible. Earlier this year, the Hawks had 3 straight games against the Lakers, the Suns, and the Warriors, and they beat all 3 of them. And then they turn around a week later and lose to the Charlotte Hornets. That has been their issue for years. So as long as they can make the playoffs and get matched up against a really good team, they should play really well and give them a run for the money, just like they did with Boston last year. They took the Celtics to 6 games last year, where Trae hit one of those game winners in Game 5 in Boston at TD Garden. The Hawks will always put up a fight if the opponent is good. This team is very talented. They have so many talented players. Talent has never been the issue with this team. It's gelling the team together and playing as an actual team. So as long as the Hawks can, stay afloat until Trae comes back, and then if they can glue these little pieces that they've shown throughout the season together, they could really make some noise in the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go out there and they will win it all. But you never know. You saw in 2021. I think as long as this team has Trae Young, I believe anything can happen.